result, yeah. If anything goes wrong with it, I won't say he will die. But if anything goes wrong, something will go wrong. What will go wrong, I don't know.
Statement goes on, but I think it was a very important clarification because social media went quite wild with some people saying, counted as what exactly? But he has clarified his statement. So
the question we should ask, should we have people rig elections in the first place? Why are we deceiving ourselves? So what we should tell people is that they should never rig, and some people should not think they are the ones that know how to use talk more than others. Because we saw how that happened in the last election, and we saw security officers defending them. We saw the hurts, the killings they did because they feel they have the monopoly of violence. We saw how they brought out Oru. Others are not fools. We should stop thinking people are fools in this country. What we call for is everybody go there, vote, let the result be counted, and it should be. The fact that some people think they will come, they will snatch ballot box and be going. That is wrong. It doesn't make it right. Nobody has the monopoly of violence. It should be the state, and that's why the state should caution those people. But we don't want a repeat of what happened in the last election. That police will be there, will be looking like Luku Bantashi. And you will see people, they will snatch ballot box, they will go away, they will say they can't do anything. Police officer will be telling you that there are many, I can't go after many of them, there's only me, one that is here. It must not happen. Simple. As regards Ribadu and his brother, as far as I'm concerned, Telefaro Timi has written that don't die in their war. These two people were like Siamese twins conjoined before. At a point in the past, Rufai's aspiration was greatly supported by Ribadu. Ribadu was his number one man. But when they fell out, the only reason why you've not heard from Ribadu is that he had not been in the limelight for a while. Now that he's back in the limelight, that's why you are hearing the fights. So both of them will know how to settle themselves. They've tried to settle them in the past. They don't settle. They should stop bringing their matter to disturb us. That's just it.
Right. Well, we're still talking opposition politicians. Ayo, I'll come to you on this one. And we're staying within the ADC as Chieftain Rotimi Amechi was active on the campaign trail for the FCT local government elections. He was spotted at Nyanya Market in the heart of Amak, flanked by his wife, Dame Judith Amechi. However, what grabbed headlines was this video of him misinterpreting the tax law as he attempted to explain it to the audience at the rally. Take a listen.
Immediately after election, APC will implement the tax law. The tax law is if I pay you 100 million naira for your building materials, automatically 25 million will leave your account. If you say it's a lie, take my statement to your lawyer. Tell your lawyer, give me the tax law and explain it to me. I'm a lawyer. The moment you pay, I come here, you give me building materials, he says 100 million, you say it's 20, if you say 20 million, if I pay you 20 million, Tinubu will collect 2.5.
He said he's a lawyer and take it to your lawyer. So this video has generated a flurry of reactions, including from the presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga and chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, who were quick to point out the inaccuracies in his statements, confirming that there's no place in the tax law that states that there will be a 25% tax added to building materials, nor deducted from anybody's funds. So my question, Ayo, is this a case of deliberate propaganda and misinformation, or do you think that maybe he doesn't understand the tax law?
No. I'm just asking. You answer that question yourself.
He said he's a lawyer now, and he said take it to your lawyer.
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. But the truth is that this is what we warned against around misinformation, disinformation, and using cheap political tools such as this, especially to people that you know you will take advantage of their ignorance, particularly particularly because the tax law has come under a lot of scrutiny, and a lot of people, there's a lack of trust. There's a trust deficit, and some politicians might play on the trust deficit of the people to campaign, which unfortunately we've seen this play out. Thank God for social media. Thank God for video recordings. I don't think that Right Honorable Reuben Amechi would be able to come on air, on TV, and defend that statement. And I'm glad that there's now a press release also out to really break it down. But you see, the bad thing about misinformation is that already some people have already run home with the information he has given, and not many of them might have the opportunity to see the rebuttal. And I'm glad that we're trying to make it as wide as possible so people can tell them that, number one is that the tax law is already in place. It's since the 1st of January of this year, some even middle of last year, by the establishment of the Nigerian Revenue Service. And then the 25% to scare, because I think the constituents who was speaking to belong to the builders, and so he knew that they would be up in arms. Oh, they want to steal your money. And this is why it's sad when uneducated people who are paid to do this online, but it's worse when politicians who know better use it as a political tool to take advantage of the people. And that's if you want to campaign, there are many things to speak on. There are many issues to talk about. You don't have to manipulate the truth. I don't want to believe that a lawyer like Honorable Amechi would not understand that what he was saying was not actually true, except he wants to have a one-on-one session with Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, who has shown and demonstrated willingness to break it down to any Nigerian who is willing to listen. But I think we should let's be fair in our politicking across all boards.
Well, it doesn't need to have a one-on-one. The document is available out there everywhere in public. As a lawyer, whether practicing or not, and since he says he's a lawyer, he just to Google, ask for copies of the publications, or look for them on the website and read them. But politicians will throw anything at all at the game, and they will twist anything. And our electorate is very gullible, which was why I was saying the other time that, look, public education is very important, even if it means translating the key issues that affect ordinary Nigerians into local languages, because Nigerians, don't underestimate them. If you break it down for them in their own language, if any politician comes to them to tell lies or misrepresent the laws, then of course, they'll be able to say, no, that's not what we read. And that's why the task for the Nigerian Revenue Service, the Ministry of Information, the NOA, is a continuing task. You have to continue to educate the people about the laws and about their rights.
Oh, they certainly have quite.
Your fast, reliable, and simplified source for Nigeria news updates.